Hey guys, welcome back. It's Grimreaper coming at you for another video for Raid Shadows. Today we have got a big juicy video. We're going to do a champion showcase. Hopefully you guys are well and hopefully just finish the fusion. I know I've just finished the fusion yesterday and also completed the path events and also getting a soul, right? Let me know down in below if you want to see a champion showcase on the fusion and where you'd like to see her or where you feel that she will be beneficial for your account. Personally, for me, I don't feel like she'll be massive beneficial for me, but if I do pull her counterparter, then she become quite effective for P versus P content, which we all know I enjoy the most in Raidshadowlegends. Anyway, let's get into today's video. I don't want to make this crazy long. I just want you guys to see this underrated arena nuker, and he's actually quite regularly used in Hydra, and we're going to talk about the one and only champion. So we're up in Platinum Arena. We're going to take him out. Now, first of all, I don't feel like his champion's very viable in live arena, but for 3 versus 3 and for classic arena, even some meta arena offense plat pushing champions, this champion is actually quite used a lot and not spoken about. There's a lot of strategies now at the top of arena that's being used on offensively that's not being spoken about. So this is what I'm going to try and start bringing to some of you guys for my channel who also like arena and maybe not aware on some ways to counter like Taurus and Marishka. Taurus, for example, on zone, still very difficult. Also, Marishka is very difficult to counter on our own. So we'll talk about that, and we know that my account's pretty stacked and it's pretty easy for me to do that, so we'll find a few ways to do that. Anyway, let's go ahead into this. I will put tags below if you want to skip this part. This is a little bit like the showcase bit, if you want to go see the gear and masteries, etc. Anyway, let me go ahead and show you what it is. So basically, I want to refresh. This is a great comp. So this is a great one for Taurus. Now, there is a Taurus at the top there, but there is a mythical, which makes it a little bit more tricky for me to take out. This one as well is very tricky. No, it's not a Raidshadowlegends champion showcase. I just used it to push up. So I'm generally just looking for a Taurus on his own. So here we are. So this one is quite a dangerous one. A lot of people wouldn't take this right because of the UDK, the warlords. We know that most likely he's going to be faster than us. So how do we counter this? And so Taurus does fear on his passive, and today's champion showcase is only going to be on Samuel. I think Samuel is massively underrated as an arena nuker, and I don't think outside Platinum Arena he's not talked about enough. He's a single target base nuker, and it's a little bit hard to use him, but it's the same with half of the attack based nukers in this game, that there isn't a lot of them that can really stay alive after a hit or two. So anyway, so as you can see, we are going to go second, or that is what most likely you guys will think we're going second, right? But Taurus puts AoE True Fear up, so this is a little bit to our advantage good. So it gives us the opportunity to sheep Taurus, also gives us the opportunity to jump ahead. So as you can see, we started on full auto there. That was a mistake by me because I do like to do this bit on manual. We do need to be careful of warlords. We do need to take our arbiter quite quickly. Warlords cooldowns will come back quite fast, so I'm going to go ahead and just take out him. Obviously Arbor can't revive. We have a True Fear already on Taurus. We'll take our Arb pretty like that. We have the ally attack ready to go, and then basically Taurus is nearly down. Obviously you do need a Turvolt to do this, but Turvolt really does help. You can use quite a lot of nukers with Samuel, and a lockout champion is quite critical here, so that is something. We can also use a different type of CC champion as well if you wanted, like Molly Tanker, right? AoE Provoke, you could lock them out for the 1 turn, which would give you the time to kill the warlord and to kill the ARB like we did. Just be careful there was no stone skin there. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and hit that. It is really important with Samuel you put buffs on him, because then he'll ignore more defense. So the more buffs he has, the more defense he ignores, which meaning you don't actually need Savage. You could even question that you don't need House Smasher as a tier 6 mastery and open up other viable masteries, right? Like if you want to use them in Hydra as well, you could take War Master. That wouldn't do too much. It's a little bit annoying, but again, if you take 2 nukers, you're going to be generally fairly fine. We have Rhodas here, so Rhodas is really, really dangerous if we're not careful. We do have a Mortu Macabre as well, so I'm going to drop in a UDK. We've got 2 single target nukers, so again, Mortu Macabre is not a problem, and nor is UDK, because we have multi-hitters and ally attack. So Pythian is going to buff up. This will make this team slow. This team is super, super safe, and even with Rhodas in there, I'm not too worried. Okay. So again, I'm going to go ahead, drop that on there, so he ignores defense. You're then going to buff up with your other nuker. Obviously, try not to use AoE nuker against Mortu, because you could proc his passive, and that's the last thing we want. So we do counterattack there, which is something we need to be careful of. Mortu is ready to be taken out, but we're going to take Rhodas out first. We don't get him, unfortunately, this time, but normally we do get him there. We'll drop the shields and heals on. I'm more concerned about Rhodas than I am with Mortu, because we're not using any type of ally attack or anything like that. We now have 2 champions with ally attack, so we could take it Mortu, like so. And then again, we press auto for fully heal, and then Turvolt is going to go ahead, clean that up. So, really strong combination. We know how strong Necrid is in the arena. We know how strong UDK is in the arena. That's not what I'm trying to showcase today. What I'm trying to showcase is how strong Samuel is and the utility what he brings. So Samuel hits insanely hard, and he's 8-2. Anyway, so we have another tanky team up here. I'm going to try not to bring Turvolt in this instead. And we're going to risk it for a biscuit, as we say in where I'm from. So we're going to go in with Rhodas, Samuel, fast Duchess, and a Warlord, who we have, which is this one. So I have 2 Warlords. Make sure I don't use the wrong one. Taurus will fear us, so we'll go first, and Samuel will basically give the turn meter to the person in the lead. Bear that in mind. So we don't want Duchess in lead here. We want Warlord in lead here. Use Unicorn, you can use Queen, any type of CC or lockout champion, as long as you go first, or generally fine. So there we are. Like I said, signed in HP tuner team properly and left Mr. Taurus alone. So Duchess is fast, so are we as well. So just used the 8-2 here. AoE there. Just use the 1 because obviously we can't do nothing right now with the stone skin. You can use Georgie as well, Baron, anything like that really, whatever you're happy with. Now we know that Warlord's lockout is ready, so we're gonna get locked out in a second, unfortunately. So there we are. Nice refresh proc on Mr. Warlord. Okay, so anyway, we got a little bit carried away with that Warlord. Doesn't generally work or very well there. Let's have a look. We then have so we have Leo here. We don't have a Taurus, so we're going to go ahead and just put this in. We don't want to use thingy, so we'll use a free-to-play champion right now, which would be a monkey. Again, not the easiest of teams here. Python hits not Python, Leo hits extremely hard and is a really cool champion. If you're not careful of him, he will rip you apart. We'll go ahead and do the AoE. You can see that Lightning Cage stopped my monkey in its tracks. I'm going to go ahead and take out Necrid. That's how hard he hits. So we had 3 buffs on him, so 4 buffs with the bolster set. So bolster set is a good way to get a buff out there on them. Like so. Now I can't show you the original team, but a lot of people use Duchess, Inifri, and Samuel and Duchess. Sorry, Inifri? Yeah, Inifri, Monkey, Samuel, Duchess to counter the team. So, so his revive is now ready. We're just waiting for the cooldowns to come in for our monkey and from our from the cooldown there. We're going to put our veils back up, which will protect us against Leo. So Duchess is a really good protection here. You could also use Elva as well, because she will put it on from the passive. You can use Tiger as well if you have Tiger. Like, they're all super cool options here. And I generally want to take this Python out before he does anything. So we take 2 out there for the price of 1, because we know how strong Samuel is. So I'm going to go ahead and hit auto because we've done that and pretty much clean that up. Marishka, you could beat this, honestly. This would take a little bit of a while, but you could basically counter this with Lydia in here, and then you'd have to kill Monkey last and kill Marishka first. So when a passive procs, you could generally use that, or you could use Ronda as well. Ronda would be super powerful against this team because she's really effective against Monkey and Marishka. So actually, I think we could go ahead and probably take this actually with Marishka. I don't know if my Marishka's my Ronda's built, so this will be interesting. I know she hasn't got the strongest build. Samuel's build is actually like a lot stronger. So we know how effective Monkey is in arena. There is no out of doubt how strong he is. So let's go ahead. We'll deal with Monkey quite early. So we used A2. He's not going to be reviving anytime soon. And then we'll wait for UDK to do his thing. And then I'm going to go for Lifebane next, because we can't lock her out or anything like that. And also, she's just really annoying. Oh, okay, we got her quite early there. So again, I'm going to wait for UDK to do his thing. I don't want to kill UDK too fast, because I actually want to use him as bait so I can time Ronda's ability on the A2. So, and he's got strengthen up right now, so this would be very hard for me to kill him. I don't have to increase attack, so you do want to try and bring increase attack if you can. Okay, we do get him. Put this up. Put the shields up, and Ronda's ability will go off there, and we clear it like so. So again, yes, we do have a warlord in here, but there's a lot of people that do have lockouts nowadays. And this is like, again, you can use any type of CC there. We took out Mafala quite quickly. Also, is there anyone here that we could really deal with? We have got a +4 Candy, which is super strong. So again, we're going to come in with a lockout champion, because this will deal with Duchess. I think we could actually probably replace lockout with my Lydia. My Lydia is not on arena build. She's in a hex set, so this will be interesting to try. Maybe a little bit funny, but we'll try it anyway. So generally what we want to see is kill Candy or kill Candy quite quickly or Necrid. But generally Samuel is great for a second nuker, so he's like really good to run as a second nuker. As you can see, we've got a really fast team here, which is super nice to see. We do have ally attack, which will help. Samuel's A1 is okay, is nothing special, to be fair. We'll go ahead and add this. Now we have got to go through UDK. And again, we can see that big bolster set and UDK, and we took him out pretty easily, right? So now we just got to deal with Necrid and Candy. Normally I'd always go for the Reviver / Nuker, but because of the ally protection, then yeah, I would love to see a legendary version of Samuel, to be honest. Someone who probably ignore Stone Skin or something. That'd be so cool. Or get extra turn if killed. There isn't anyone like Samuel in this game other than him. He is like one of a kind. For Hydra sake, you could say 2-hack is similar. One of the new champions as well has a similar passive, Doom Priest as well. Candy does get us, which is fine because he's a +4 in the day. That Candy's gonna smack. My Duchess is fine. I have very tanky Duchess. So as long as we can keep Samuel up, we should be fine. We don't, so that's a bit annoying, but it is what it is. Anyway, we can see how hard Samuel is hitting here. This is where you generally do need that lockout, because if we take lockout here, we do win. So, you know, lockout is super strong in the arena. There's no denying that, especially at the top, which is where we are right now. And now I have gear missing on Lydia, down to Curse City, which is amazing, and stuff like that. So anyway, let's go into his gear and see what he's got on him basically, and why he is the world's strongest Inquisitor. Now I have like a quite stacked account, and I'm going to explain why he's not in Savage in a second. I think I've already mentioned it in the battles if you was watching this all. But these are his stats. So we have 6,300 attack, not crazy attack, but I do stack the critical damage more because I bring the increased attack or second nuker just to validate that a bit more. We have 327 critical damage, 200 speed, so a little bit more speed would be nice. I generally would say because of his passive, you have a lockout. 200 speed is great. You don't need crazy speed. You could probably run him a bit slower. I've ran Samuel with these type of comps at 170, perfectly fine, just that passive, super OP. Okay, so these are the stats. So the reason why he's not a Savage is because he generally doesn't need Savage if you put up the buffs. Don't put up buffs, I would recommend then going Savage build, or if you wanted Savage for the tier 1 match for the tier 1. I don't see the point in that so much because it's all about that. I would actually say his best set in this game, because he only has 2 abilities, is the reflex or refresh as well. You could go relentless, that would be kind of cool, but just bear in mind if you're going to use Necrid, relentless procs, you could outrun the extra turns, and also merciless would be pretty crazy on him as well, right? So as you can see, we are oiled and stuff like that. He has fairly low base attack compared to some other people because it's only 1,200 and something. These are the masteries. So again, some key masteries: Shield Breaker for bolster. We have Ruthless Ambush for extra damage, which are like the 2 ones I really want to keep. We do get increased speed for the more allies you kill. So if you kill 1, when we kill Duchess, for example, we did get 6 extra speed, making us 206. Cycle of Violence. This has a 30% chance to keep decreasing on one of the random cooldowns by 1 skill if this damage inflicted by it exceeds 30% of the max HP. So you have to do so much damage to the max HP, and then this gives you a 30% chance of decreasing the cooldown on that ability. So the A2, which hits pretty hard, would be the best case, but this guy would be great in reflex or the live arena set actually, that gives you the extra bit of critical damage, and the the chances of getting a cooldown for a 4P set would be quite strong. Hammer Smasher again is probably not the most optimizer one, to be honest. I would probably say Flawless Execution is probably a bit better, especially if you're struggling with critical damage, which unfortunately I ain't. I would go Hammer Smasher, War Master for Hydra, because most likely if you're using them here, this build does work in Hydra quite well. So again, I would say just go War Master, so you can use them in Hydra and Arena, and this is Bob's your uncle. If you have a Necrid, this is gold dust. If you have a Necrid, you have Lockout, and you have Samuel, then you have that third spot to bring in a Reviver, or you could bring in another nuker like a Rodus, Morty Macabre, or anyone really who can do significant damage, Baron, Georgie, and stuff like that. Anyway, guys, I have been talking long enough here. Hopefully you guys really enjoy this. Please go and drop what you think of Samuel. Have I changed your mind now and consider using him more in the arena? Also, what do you think about Samuel? What do you think of this champion showcase? Was you aware that he was being used in the arena as well? Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.